back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Are you good, Big Cat? Glad you could pop in. Alexis Holmes, Leader Dan, Cat, Fist Bump, Keshi Washington, I see you. What's going on? The planetary energies today, darling dears. The Virgo moon, which can make us more cynical and critical of those around us, is kicking in and pushing through today, darling dears. Your responses to anyone who opposes you may be what? Harsh and cutthroat. This is why you have to what? Respond and not react. Take the time to assess and understand that you may be obliterating a morsel. Not only that, I'm going to touch on something else. Depression, darling dears. It's real. We have to say condolences to Regina King. Her son, 26 years old, took himself out, her only child. You never know what a cat is going through, darling dears. This is why I tell you always, don't overlook someone telling you how depressed they are, unable to get out of the pit. Some people love it, I know, because misery loves company, but you will feel it in your solar plexus. Don't wait until it's too late to get to them and give them a kind word. You never know whose day you will turn the course. There should be more love on this Malkuth. There should be. But as light worker, you are tasked with showing love, bringing the light to darkness, darling dears. Let's call in the energies of guidance and protection. As we dive in. Energies up. Let's dive in, darling dears. Yes, as I was saying, depression, darling dear. But you have to understand, some people put you in a depressive state, blood. They force you in there. With what? Subterfuge and bull swanky, darling dears. They come through kicking their way into your life with their silver tongue ways, telling you that what? Just give me a bit of your secret garden and I will show you the world. I will be the best person you ever met. And yet, they take your energies and shat all over what you build from within. Take away your confidences. I went through depression. Yes, I did. But how do I cope with it? I question it, darling dears. I'm like how now, brown cow, you can't take my mood today. You have to fight it, darling dear. It's all spiritual warfare. By any means necessary. My way of fighting depression is knowledge. I always go for a book or get on my laptop and walk my fingers through the keys. And as I find one thing, I find another. And in the midst of that, my mood is changed. Why? Knowledge is power. And that power can be used in many ways, especially to heal from the inside out, darling dears. And don't be afraid of getting therapy. Sometimes you need someone outside of yourself to open up the core. That wound that won't heal. It may take a time for you to find the right one, but divine will put that person in your path if you are determined to heal from the inside out. You are never alone, Big Cat. Your ancestral team, your security is always at hand, but they cannot help you unless you ask. Ask and it shall be given. Knock and it shall be open. Never forget that, big cat. You are bigger than any situation you may find yourself in. You have to understand it's part of the test in order to have the testimony so that you can continue to spread light. Who else is in the comments? Let's see. Oh, Martin Norwood, glad you could pop in. Fist bump, what's going on? We've got Funzi Wingate, hello. Miss Brown, Chef Brown. Nicole, Miss Neffy, Angel Love, Roxanne Parker, Kung Fu Panda, hiya! My palm is itching me. Skrilla.com, prosperity is afoot, and as Reiki Master, I share this energy. Claim it, darling dears, claim it. But shut up about it. I told you, we move in silence. Stealth mode as we go onwards and upwards. Breaking away from all of that victim, right? You was never a victim. No, you wasn't. You just didn't know who you was and was pulled about like taffy by bottom feeders. Creatures from the backwoods, darling dears. But now they're understanding whom they was messing with. Why? Because you call judgment, darling dears. Judgment, you say? Yes, judgment, blood. For real. When something is bigger than you feel you can handle, you called on Father God Most High in your darkest moment. Not everybody has or had the strength to do what you did, darling dears. Realizing it was above your spiritual pay grade. Conflict brought change and stability where there was no instability once you became your bestest friend. I told you, I'm another best friend of yours. I told you this. I come along every now and then to point it out. I'm not going to pick on you. No judgment here of a big cat. But I will say, if you go back to a situation that had you at hockey sticks at dawn, Quasimodo in them streets, blood, being tricked, bamboozled and hoodwinked, after you have all of this intel, you need to go back within, darling dear. There's something lacking within yourself, the healing of your inner child. You have to remember, you will be stunted at the emotional age. The deepest cut was perpetrated against you, big cat. Be a seeking cat, always go within. All answers come from within. But you have to be quiet and what? Open-minded. This is how you allow the love of the universe to flow through you and to you. Know this, big cat. Today must be a set it off day. Don't use your words for hockey sticks at dawn with the feeble-minded and the simpletons that you can easily obliterate. No! We go for our keyboard. I told you, we've gone from bricks and mortar to click and order. You get your creativities together and work towards your end game. You are so much more than you truly believe, and there is so much to do and so little time, darling dears, because none of us know the day, the hour, or the minute. And you have purpose and a mission to complete. Right, let's dive in, darling dears. As I sip my mugger, because I told you, blood, brah, sistrine, I ain't getting smoked. Right, let's get the planetary energies for today, darling dears. We're going to lead with, I better not say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You'll lose. Oh, listen. I'll say it quietly, shall I? Because all the decks are saying pick me. Right, let's dive in, darling dears. Take a deep breath. Breathe your energies into the read, Mother Angel. Jazzy Nee, hello. Fist bump. New faces in this places. Glad you could pop in for this little tete-a-tete. as we continue to get great in silence. Stackhouse Skrilla, why? Because you're saving for your retirement, darling dear. Skrilla.com, Pentacale, the money, the folding stuff, the Wonga is very important, right up there with air and water. Why? It affords you the life you want to live on this Mount Kuf. And in some cases, you create generational wealth, set up your children and your grandchildren. Two cards, please, or give me the one. This is outrageous, mate. That's a lot of cards. I'll take the top one. Left, right, or center, guys, for the second card. 1, 2, or 3 for the second card. Ooh, big cat. Why? Whoa, choose wisely. 1, 2, or 3 for the second card. We're getting a little bit of time delay. I'll wait. 1, 2, or 3, darling dears. Angel loves come through with a strong 3. And Mother Angel comes in with a 2. Your first card, darling dears, what did I say? Magical blessings. Once you open up, this is a celebration of the divine feminine within. It also speaks about what? The company of others, enjoying, celebrate. Somebody's going partying this weekend. Make sure that you show up and show out as only a big cat can. What do you mean? You're wearing a ball gown. I insist you put on a tiara to go with said ball gown. Always be your baddest in them streets, darling dears. Magical blessings. Why? Because you deserve it. All of that hard work you put in, those tears you cried. I told you many times, I hope you rub them bitches in, darling dear. Best skin tight at this side of the universe. Those tears you cried from your soul, darling dear, they were heard. The efforts you've taken to heal yourself and move forward, they were heard. This is a time for you to what? Dance to the music of the universe while the others are just getting wet. Come through, Bob Marley. Push, clap, love it. Don't want to burn down the domicile. Right, listen. 3 was the first card called. Sorry, it's coming in the upright because I put them back down. I mean in the reverse, but it's the upright. All of them are upright. I didn't turn over this deck. Protection, darling dear. You are protected, guided, loved. This is about you what? Chasing the rainbow. The said same rainbow you've been farting. I told you. You piss glitter. You fart, you shit cupcakes and fart rainbows. Your idea, somebody's also got an indigestion problem. I suggest you go for a colonic, darling dear. There's some negative energies that needs to be what? Taken out. Yeah, I told you already, we went through the colon the other day. You have waste matter in your intestines. Some of it from when you first ate. Yes, I know. And if there was trauma amongst the foods, it's there and being hoarded up by the liver, no less. Yes, the liver can be skullduggerous in many ways. You're protected, shielding you in a magic ring of love, fairy love. Practice psychic protection. How many times do I tell you, darling dears? Protect thyself. You have the right as a spiritual being, having a human experience, to protect yourself at any point. Return to sender. Call your ancestral team. And thank Father God every day you wake up. Be grateful, darling, that you get the chance to kick your way out of the duvet and get into your what? Ikigai. What's that? Japanese? For the thing, the reason you get up for, darling, is to chase your passions, because your passions will give you abundance on many and every levels. The third card you had, what did I say? In their faces. A new beginning is being gifted to you. A clean slate, darling dears. What a lovely trio. You know how I love a throuple. Well, not the human kind. No, I told you I love the 3 and the multiples of 3. Got 3 progeny, right? 3 years clear of what? The High Commander Decepticon. The leader of the malignant, right? Everything is about the 3. The what? The divine triangle of 3, darling dear. New beginning is afoot, dog. This also says Godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby. Somebody's going to hear that they're pregnant. I've already been predicting this. A much awaited, much loved, much wanted baby. This also, I see the butterflies for transformation, darling dear. Somebody's changing the way they look. Changing how they, a new beginning of how they, deal with their children. How you interact with your children. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people don't realize the disrespect they give to their children. They speak to them like they're lesser than a snail's belly. Taking out their issues on those progeny that didn't ask to be here, but chose to come and be by your side. We all get to choose when we're in the guff. What's the guff? Where our soul stays before it comes back to this Malkuth. When we are at the feet of the Most High, the creator of the universe, no less. Yes, baby, all that's gone on. When that child comes to you, darling dear, it chose to show you something. It comes to show you something or mirror back an aspect of yourself. Realize the magical blessing of a progeny, a healthy child. The unconditional love they will give to you. They will reflect back what you reflect to them. Some will love you even if you hate them. I don't know why you would hate them. But anyway, I'm not going into that. I'm going off topic again. What's this? In the reverse, inner child wound. You're getting what? A blessing, darling dear, because of what you went through and the shadow work. Let me tell you something. Everybody thinks, oh, spiritual awakening is all about the crystals, the incense, being one with the universe, feng shuiing and getting your own game on, whatever you do, right? It's not just about that. It's the shadow work, blood. Hockey sticks at dawn. Releasing yourself from toxic family members. Yes. Working out your financial plans. Yes. Addictive behaviors and what? People. Yes. It's all about that and more, darling dears. A magical mystery tour, but one you was up for, darling dears. You chose to go into the undergrowth and carve out your own path, and it wasn't easy. All you expected to be on your journey is no longer there. They've fallen away, darling dears. And look, don't look back, darling dears. Why? You'll be Lot's wife, blood, pillar of salt. Let the spiritually deficits stay where they are, darling dears, because you have to remember those that have the what? The karma on them, as you call judgment, right? They'll bring a bitch down. Yes, baby, they'll take the big cat down with their what? Attachments, because they're open to negativity, darling dear, and they've got attachments, wounds, unhealed inner child wounds. We already saw that. Good morning, Ashley Dixon. And who's that? Susie Spicy Pisces, Wagwan, Fist Bump, Karen Ballard, Sabrina Buckingham. What's going on? Pinky's up. And who's that? Le Peur. Hi. Good morning. Top of the morning to you, darling dears. Glad you could all pop in for this little tete-a-tete. Let me move up the comments and see who else is here. In case I've missed. Carol. Mustika. Glad you could pop in, darling dear. They wouldn't kick off if you didn't turn up. Teresa Robinson. Mother Angel, we saw you. Right. Let's push on, darling dears. Who's that? Delzik. Hello, Delzik. You alright? Big up your blood clot self. You're fabulous. Don't you know it? Yes. I'm in good company, you're in good company, because we're not having it, blood. We decided that we wanted to be Gandalf the White. The grey wasn't fabulous. The only time we bend over, darling dears, is to pick up diamonds and gold bricks. The closest you're realizing those people, they said there was people, the closest they've been to Father God Most High was when they was bending over a nightstand. Listen, I just give the messages. A season of partnership and duality, darling dears, is coming to fruition. Why? Divine has gifted you with a fresh start, a clean slate, because you operated what? Tinky winky styly and got out and got so far you can't even hear what they're saying. I'll tell you what they're saying behind your back. Crumb, 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 crumb. Yes, baby, the crumbers. Thank you very much, Empress. New Empress in town. Where's my book gone? Oh. I've got so many things underneath my desk. But everything's important. Let me just write that down quickly. Oh, guess what I got for myself yesterday, darling dears? Well, I got many things, but I'm not going to tell you everything until my final birthday present comes through. Then maybe I'll show. I might give you a peek. I got this, blood. Oh my God. It healed my back chakra. My back got it in my back. My back, it was giving me hockey sticks at dawn. And I was in, where was I? TK Maxx. I was in there, right? And I was thinking, because we are going to be doing 2,800 squats for February, darling dears. I had to get my back right for that shiznai. Are you kidding me, blood? I'm up for it. We are raising our posteriors, tightening our what? Fupas. Strengthening our what? Quads. Yes, baby. Our cars will be like this when we finish. Yes, baby. Back massager is the way to go. It's got this infrared light and it's got these 4 balls and they all mix around each other and get right in there. Good God. I tell you, when you start to love on you, there's nothing that you won't procure for your comfort. It's better to you have what? This back rubber than to have what? A backstabber massaging your cranium. Told you. You can buy anything you want in this world. You'll soon be able to buy a whole human being. A synthetic one. The way things are going, darling dears. Right, let's move on. Who's that? Bakita Ellis, fist bump. Glad you could pop in. Are you good? Are you fabulous, gorgeous and lovely? Let's get a rune and push on because I'm a chatty cat. You call judgment, darling dear. And when you call judgment, it's too late to say you're sorry. They can't come and tell you you're sorry, and you're not hearing it. Why? It comes with the fucking ease blood and the whisperings of Hannibal Lecter. We've discussed this many times. They're on the docket, darling dear. And certain things are popping off in their hemisphere and they can't understand. And it's making them even more wicked. They are agitated, anxious, and possibly broad-pocketers. You know, it goes hand in hand. The rune you have, darling dear, is Isa. This is represented by the hermit in the upright. Isolated yourself, darling dear. Separated yourself from what? The melee of fucking Eve's blood. Because it wasn't fabulous, gorgeous, or lovely. And I told you many times, you're too pretty for that level of bull swanky and skullduggery. Scotty. The isolation gave you what? Spiritual wealth, darling dear. Because you now have your third eye buffed up to a bitchin' shine. Shining the light on those that wish to what? Test your gangster, darling dears. Draw you out. Or try to pick you back up. Coming through with the hey bigot text. Listen, airing that bitch. No. You don't go with anyone from the past. They've got issues, mate. so which you cannot deal with. It's below your spiritual pay grade. Allow them. Shine a light. And remember that bastardo's name. Don't live on what they did. Give it to God. Call judgment. Because you need to be free, big cat, to co-create and help out another big cat. The Hermit is represented by the letters K, I, and C for kicking ass and taking names. Well, somebody's feeling extremely stuck. They're going through a challenging, frustrating time. They've got a lot of what? Psychological blocks. I told you there's so many undiagnosed that really do need a big finzik. Yes, a finzik to sort their shit out, but they're not taking it. No, they'd rather go and what? Attach themselves to a hioka and mess up their life. Let me tell you something. These curses on your life, darling dears. Judgment has been called. It's not for you to see. Look away and worry not what their outcome is going to be, darling dears. It's none of your business. This is also represented by the numbers 36, 37, 38, and 39. Solitude, darling dear, got your greatest self going. The examination gave nothing but improvement. It also speaks about an older partner coming towards you, an unexpected change for the better. This will be a new friendship, one that is spiritually guided. We saw the celebrations. You possibly meet them out, or you're going to meet someone by chance, darling dear. And you're going to hit it off. Learning to walk alone is part. Are we still there? Okay, because the thing had come down on the screen. Anyway, learning to walk alone, darling dear, is the absolute part of the process. Was it just stuck, frozen? Did you hear everything I was just saying? Because when I looked up, I saw that the picture wasn't even on the screen. Mercury retrograde is afoot, blood, and it's not letting us go. Okay then. What's that actually? Yes, they must stay at the mud hut. We insist. We don't even have black bags for them to fetch, darling dear. We've upgraded to what? What's going on in the supermarket? Or what? Even gone for the Louis, darling dear. We're getting our trousseau together. I told you, love on yourself. But don't go broke loving on yourself. Invest your skrillers.com wisely. This is what the Hermit is here to show you. Having withdrawn, you are now on your spiritual path, where caution and vigilance is a must as you continue to gain inner strength. This also speaks about what? Study, darling dears. The Hermit is wise, knowledgeable. You must be wise, darling dear. This change for the better, this new beginning, promised by the Hermit, as well as the Oracle card, darling dear. And you know the duality of it all. Balance. Love it. Let's get a domino of the day and see what's really going on. Oh, you have two. Excuse me. You have the double 4, darling dears. This is the Emperor twice. Aries and Mars energy. And it doubles right up to Leo. Yes, baby, the Strength card. The double 4 speaks about invitations to a party, some kind of soiree. Go, darling dears. You may be a bit apprehensive, I know. But you have to go out, darling dears. I told you many times, full-on isolation is dangerous to the big cat. Law 18 of the 48 laws of power. Go, darling dears. But go, right? Dress to the nines. Put on your best perfumes. Why? Because you're big cat. So what if it's just lunch at McDonald's? Put on your shit, blood, and go. The energy of the 4, darling dears, speaks about communication being key. At this time, it also speaks about letters, email, whether by email, internet, you're going to be getting some form of contact. Something new is coming towards you into your life. Why? Because you manifested it, darling dear, by doing the right thing for you. By bringing God into every conversation. By not allowing yourself to what? Get caught up in the overthinking, the ruminating of what was done. Once you put that down, your life is so light. You call judgment. This also again indicates that a love affair is afoot, darling dears. Afoot. Well, boy, wow. I can say many things about that. Only you will know if the situation is right for you. But I always say get a hold of their birth natal charts. Look for the synergy between your charts, darling dear. Easy to draw those charts. And I told you the best partner for you in love or business is somebody that has the same, I can't even say that word, quadruplices? Is that right? Quadruplices. Listen, I feel like I want to hold my lips and go, quadruplices. Yes, baby. Yes, that's what's happening. Make sure they have the same as you. If you are cardinal, let them be cardinal. If it's fixed, let them be fixed. If it's mutable, let it be mutable. I told you, you're going to learn astrology whether you like it or not, because I'm going to kill your quatty with it. Yes, baby. It's very important. Your birth natal chart. The next rune you have, darling dear, is those badass alchemist ways. This is what manifestation mode, the magician. Air as well as Mercury energy. We also have the Gemini energy with the 6, the lovers, bringing balance and equilibrium. It also heralds what? A divinely guided union, darling dear. Whatever that partnership will be for you, whether it's a business partnership that is going to go what? Lovely, darling dear. A match made in Shangri-La. Something that you're going to benefit of. Why? Because you get the opportunity to boss up, darling dear. And meet a boss, someone on your level, darling dears. With a partnership or romantic call. You're going to get true salt of the earth people in your hemisphere. Why? Because that's what you're exuding. I told you it's an inside job. As you become aware of yourself, know more about thyself, you emanate a different frequency. And those that wanted to dumb you down, love and light, blood. Love and light. We don't even tarry on that. Right, let's get some tarot. I'm absolutely loving this tarot deck. It's my favourite at the moment. And I always throw away the boxes, but it seems like this box is going to stay, blood. Hey, can you see? Absolutely love it. Right, let's see. Base of the deck. Mentally and emotionally moving on from a situation. Some of you are going to be moving on the GPS. Could be with your progeny. With spirit at your back. And never you ever put it was just God. What do you mean just God that help you? It's the God. Creator of the universe. The bestie you could have. The best bestie you could ever have. The 6 of Swords, darling. Just lean in, big cat. Lean in. This is represented again by the Mercury energy as well as Aquarius. Some of you have been through difficult days. There was delays because you had to understand you needed, or should I say wanted, to best execute your new beginning, darling dears. Yes. This is about you what? Moving on. Slowly, but in silence. Silencio, shut up. No contact is giving you progress in your life, darling dear. Some of you will be journeying over water. I heard a cruise. Somebody's planning a cruise of the Caribbean. Bon voyage, darling dear. Bon voyage. This again speaks about physical separation. You physically separated from somebody who was what? An enemy of your state. Let's dive in a bit deep and see what else is going on. What is the theme of your journey today? Wow, look at this, she's naive. Master manipulation, I told you. Somebody's going to try and push you into hockey sticks at dawn. But when you lose your shit, if you allow yourself to lose your shit today, darling dears, you will be creating karma for yourself. This also speaks about what? A hoodwinker, a bamboozler, a snowman. Yes, baby, somebody who tricked you. That's the theme of today, but we've cleared it up. What's the matter? Ah! Look at this. You could listen, Linda, baby. You called time on that shiznai. Why? Because they kept tabbing you in your back, your neck. Was it your back, front and side? They're a front tabber. This person is living with what? Rinse and repeat. Their foolish actions. Having gone into a situation. You see the dog on its back? It talks about being disloyal. It also shows what? For Tom and Panani in the air, like a gang sign. This person betrayed you. Somebody is also what? Feeling manipulated. They've had some kind of a surgery that they didn't need, possibly for vanity. Look at the naked body. And they're feeling the brunt of their foolish actions. You're beautiful as you are, darling dears. Yes, we'd all love a quick what? Lipo. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd love it myself. But you take the time to research whom you're dealing with, darling dear. There's so many hoodwinkers out there and they just want the Skrilla.com. They couldn't care less if you live. And if you die, they want you to die in your own house. And don't tell anyone. Multiple betrayals, darling dear. This person was what? The king of the airbenders. King or queen. This person is watching you on the World Wide Web. I told you, when you read tarot, look to see what they're looking at. This person is watching you, darling dears, wondering if you're willing to fall for their manipulations again. You are strongly on their mind today. Let's quickly investigate this before I pick up this melee of bad juju on my deck. Where's my tiny cards? No, it said use these ones. Base of the deck. Because they're going through some kind of Guantanamo Bay. Fighting. WWE. Physical fighting. Tongue wrestling. Yes, baby. And they're in the thick of it. Conflict, darling dear. And it's not changing. Okay. What else do we need to know about these what? Shady characters. Seeded to the core. And missing from your hemisphere. As I said, you see the cards don't want to go. You don't talk to these motherfuckers. No. Why? You don't want your brain to be washed blood. You're not up for it. Right? Look. If they chose a love situation, it's toxic to the core. We saw the Guantanamo Bay. They're fighting. Let me tell you something. You called judgment and looked away. Scotty boy. Fist bump. Base of the deck. Lying about a page. Poor. Are we back? I told you the Mercury retrograde. They don't want me to talk about it. Well, guess what? You get the usher here. Let me try and get my screen to, because it's still buffering on the book. I believe we're back. Yes, baby. Their foolish actions, doing a rinse and repeat, darling dear. The disloyal amongst the disloyal. This also speaks about what? Somebody living with the regret. Yes, baby. They regret stabbing you, mate. Or they regret you realizing you was being stabbed. And bled dry of everything good. I told you, Dark Vader, the bringer of the scourge and darkness. What about them? What did I say? We can't make this up. You call judgment on him. And judgment is represented. Listen, allow me, Mercury retrograde. I'm going to push on, Scotty. Right? This represents an X. It also speaks about the what? Unrequited love, darling dear. The psychosis of it all. This also speaks about that same said X would love to come back through, like Mac the Knife, this ex-friend, this ex-family member. It could even be a work colleague. that you dared have a weak moment and told them a thing or two. Well, guess what? They got on a platform and trumpeted it out to all and sundry. Yes, baby, the feeble-minded and the simpletons came all together to listen to what was going on in your shiznai. Why? Because they was jealous. I told you, we discussed jealousy yesterday. Go back and watch yesterday's video. The jelly bogelly, darling dears, judgment has been called. Their foolish actions have been taken note of, and it's on the docket. Base of the deck. I can't make it up. Justice, karma is afoot, darling dears. And it's wicked. Karma doesn't have a menu, but it doesn't forget an address. You have to realize it was caught up. It had a lot of people to get to, darling dears. And this also speaks about the truth. Somebody's going to be going through a legal situation, darling dear. Divine wants you to ensure that you get your file. Because favor is about to favor the brave. Legal situation, judgment is being called in your favor for the stabbation they did you. And you're being gifted a clean slate. What's that? I'm trying to see who just said that. Yes, Ashley Dixon. Tasha K. This could definitely mirror her situation. The reading I gave the other day was that the energy of that was coming off the trial at that time was that Cardi B was going to win, but Cardi B is no innocent to the situation. Everybody is, especially that guy that's reporting it on a daily basis, the energy that I'm getting, he wants Tasha K to be put underneath the jail because he seems to be getting his rocks off. He gets really happy when he's speaking about that case. And everybody's saying, oh, well, Tasha K's solicitor is failing her. No, babe. Tasha K and her husband are like this, darling dear. They know exactly what they're doing. Their piece de resistance has not landed yet. I told you, Law 33 of the 48 Laws of Power, know your opponent. Yes, baby. And they will step up to Law 15 of the 48 Laws of Power, darling dears. Crush the opponent. I told you the race is not for the swift, darling dears. It's for those that can endure. Don't count Tasha K out yet. She may not be the biggest or the most best blogger out there, right? But she speaks her truth. She speaks her truth. Are we not allowed freedom of speech, darling dears? Anyway, I'm not going to get into the melee of that because my right palm is itching me again. And Skrilla definitely is going to be afoot. I told you, this case is going to make history. Why? If Cardi B wins, anybody that's disparaging somebody online, you better count your Skrillas while you've got them, because you're going to have lawsuits up the Watusi. If it goes in Tasha K's favor, a new day will dawn, darling dears. This also speaks about what you are now vigilant because of the bull swanky and the straight out F shit. This is about spiritual strength, darling dear. You called and it was answered. Why? You are light worker star seed and you have purpose here, darling dears. Did you thunk? Yes, you were thunking at the time that you wouldn't get help. But you had what? Faith. The size of a mustard seed. You chose to believe in the unseen. Ace of the deck. And you're drama free, darling dear. This is why they would love to step up the attack. But you're serving fabulous, gorgeous and lovely. I told you, you pea glitter. You shit cupcakes. And you font rainbows. Posh clap. They would love to get at it, darling dear. They don't understand how you're still progressing, especially in these hard times, Scotty. The times are only hard if you choose to believe it. You found a way to bend the matrix and stand alone, independent. They don't like the fact that you're independent and vigilant, blood. They want to know where you're getting your je ne sais quoi from. They want to come and what? Steal. I already did the reading that there was a High Commander Decepticon, right? And their resident tree sloth. They set it up to get in contact with you, right? Because they was going to what? Do a double-hander to take you down. They couldn't break you with their ministrations, right? You couldn't care less what they was doing out there, right? From you've said fetch the black bags, and we don't even carry black bags anymore. No. Somebody's feeling extremely wounded, darling dear. Look at this shit. Look where they're looking. At the judgment that's on them. The unrequited love, eh? I call bullshit on that. It's not love, mate. It's loss, right, of their biggest supply. Loss of the light, darling dear. When you lose a big cat, it's like fine wine. It takes a while to set in. And when it's set in, karma turns up. With the justice. Look, this is a spiritual lesson, darling dear. Major arcana. They're getting it up the quati without the Vaseline. This bird flew too far past their nest. And now they'd like to come and nestle on you, darling dears. To what it? Rob, kill and steal. They don't come in peace. They come with a knife, darling dear. A knife. But you've seen the first 48. You've watched Crime Watch Daily. And you are a slippery cat. Base of the deck, darling. Look. I left it at the base. Look. Block, darling dear. Block party. You left with 2 different shoes. This also speaks about as many as 6 people are against you. Some of them are what? This is gang stalking. Why are they gang stalking? Because you hold the light. They can't break you, so they try to what? Bring you down with subterfuge and bull swanky. This is people actively sending bad juju towards you. Let them carry on, mate. They're just racking up the judgment. And those scales, those Libra scales must be balanced. Hey. Clarify this solo dolo like the girls on the pole. Yeah, you have to. Mentally entrapped. This also speaks about what? Your separation from a situation. Somebody is about to go to prison, darling dear. Not just mental prison, physical prison. Gonna be locked up. And you will be getting the freedom you truly deserve. The hangman in the reverse, darling dear. This is what you call fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. No longer hung up on situations that was below your pay grade. It speaks about what? This person is going to be a martyr. We saw the Page of Swords. They're going to be what? Trying to bring you down with words, darling dear. They see that you're free, spiritually guided, and they see your light. From the nosebleed section of the Mud Hut at 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the Loser Lane in the District of the Damned. Yes. You are their wish fulfillment, darling dear. Their emotional happiness. And what did they do? They brought you toxicity, darling dears. And they're nobody's star, mate. This person is paranoid, anxious, right? They're drugging it up, drinking it up. They're trying to give themselves cognitive dissonance because they allowed their wish fulfillment to slip through their fingers with their own toxicity. They blamed you for everything. A blame shifter and a projector for sure. Well, this one is projecting from the mud hut. What can they do when that finger is pointing back at them? What about this new beginning? Two different decks, darling dear. The clean slate is afoot. A fresh start. Embrace it, darling dear. Be your true, authentic self, because there's nobody more you than you. Especially when you face the fire, and divine did not, I repeat, did not find you lacking. Why do you think your bills are paid? Why do you think you sleep like a babe? at night time and kick your way out of the duvet with your ikigai, your reason to live, darling dear. Some of you need to understand you need to get your skills on the World Wide Web. I told you many times we've gone from brick and mortar to click and order, and there is $2.3 trillion on the tableau between now and 2026. For those that use their gangster, darling dears, find your birth natal chart and study it. I know it looks like Japanese written backwards, right, with a harsh peppering of Arabic and Swahili, but it's definitely set out to confuse you if you are what? Faint of heart, not prepared to do the work. New beginnings, darling dears. It's a lot of cards. Let me quickly look. Yes! Look! You washed your face like David from the codependent, being bound to a situation that was addictive with a master manipulator, somebody who possibly what? Used sex magic to keep you in a situation. This also speaks about what? A third party. Is the third party the spellcaster? Two of Pentacles in the upright says yes. Why are they casting spells and you've given the village back their idiot? Look! I can't make it up. The Queen of Wands on her face is a tree sloth for sure. Always got their knees akimbo, mate. Looking for what? Whatever they can get into their Venus flytrap of Jezebel's spirit. Yes, the incubi or the succubi. This person has what? Done spell work. But judgment has been called. This person is jealous, right? Spying on you. Wishing you brown bread. But yet here you are. But yet here you are. Big, bold and brave in them streets, looking fabulous. They hate your guts, darling dear. They don't understand why you are what a beacon for lovely, gorgeous and fabulousness. They don't know how you managed to bend the matrix. Did this person pay? Look what they've got. Something that you don't want. King of Cups in the reverse. I command a Decepticon. Somebody who's emotionally manipulative. Listen. And they know that they're being manipulative. Somebody who argues and fights. Projects. This is what they've got. Match made in Hades. They must, I insist, they stay together. What's behind that? Because it's not successful. And there's a lot of fighting in the background, darling dears. Present energy. Always fighting while you mind your own business. Thank you. You are solid in them streets, darling dears. This is the return to your mental health. Some of you will be moving your domicile. This is also about what? Your bank, darling dear, your investments. You are investing in making solid, sound investments at this moment in time with your time, your energies, because you know what it's like to have been left out in the cold. This goes to 9 of Pentacles. Recognition, a well-deserved reward. I told you, you saw the 2 world cards. A fresh start and a clean slate. Somebody's feeling guilty. Sad, sorry, Luke 22:62. Well, we couldn't give 2 figs or 1 good damn. Can't. Was they sorry for you? When they came for your hairline? Was they sorry when they was tabbing you in your front? A front tabber is the worst, darling dear. When they was what? Doing the Watusi on your psychological passwords. Was they sorry? This unscrupulous bottom feeder. Now they get to sit in Isaiah 48:22, no sleep or rest for the wicked, as you called judgment, and washed your face like David, and moved away from a situation. They still tried their theatrics to get your attention, darling dear. But you ain't focused on who's supposed to go, blood. You're focused on your future. The seeds you sow today is what you reap tomorrow. Never you forget that, big cat. You heard that bell. Everything is a spiritual meaning, darling dear. The spirit says yes. Base of the deck. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You sit between Boaz and Jashim for completion and begin a new cycle. You've got secrets, darling dear. This is about you, what? Having gone within, using your intuition and discernment. And look, your raised vibration is attracting the true, divinely guided emperor, protector, and provider in your life. Like attracts like, Two of Cups, divinely guided union. Somebody's coming in for you, darling dears. Let's quickly read these cards because we're already at the what? Good God, why didn't you tell me I'm almost at the 60? Shall we continue here? No, I'm going to finish this reading, the Patreon, darling dears. On that note, I drops me mic. The reading, the Patreon, should be ready in about the next 40 minutes. So what? Come through with me, darling dear. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Big cat, you call judgment. Look away, Scotty boy. You have a clean slate, the double world. Lean into it, darling dears. But remember, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Keep it, what, fresh and pumping, darling dears. Law 25 of the 48 laws of power. You've already recreated yourself in the image that you was meant to be on this Malkuth. Continue to be what? Adaptable and on the move. Law 48 of the 48 laws of power. Why? Because you know your opponent. They're fugazi for sure. Law 33 of the 48 laws of power, and they're not your issue, as judgment has been called. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. See you in the Patreon for the extended read.